Hi, let me know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. And so also, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Cool. So you should be able to see that now, although I should probably not. What's up, Erica? All right, cool. So we'll see how this all works over here. I am at some point probably going to ask you guys to just make sure that your guys' computer is on mute, or that you take the sound off in just a little bit, because I want to make sure that everyone can hear what's going on my side as I run through this like little PowerPoint. Awesome. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Victoria. Erica, I didn't say hi to you earlier. Hello. Hello. Wow, look at this. This is the most people I ever had on a video chat. Hi, Chris. Hello, Gina.
Hi.
Hi. All right, you guys should see right now that I have, well, I'm going to start sharing my screen with y'all in a little bit. And I want to make sure that I have time. One, I don't know, Chris, if you knew this, because I don't think I told you this. I had a really great FaceTime or Zoom chat with Chris Whitlow and this owner of a gym out in Iowa. And anyways, during that time, you probably noticed I was super distracted because I extended so that I could go past an hour, because by the time he got on the phone, we were only 15 minutes in our talk. And I was like, oh gosh, we're about to talk for another hour. So I had to extend it right then and there.
I was wondering how it was going so long.
Yeah, because in our last meeting, I tried to extend it too. And I don't know, for some reason it didn't go through. All right. So this is being recorded because I will send this out as like a mass email to everyone. Just so you guys have reminders in that email, there'll be some links and stuff. And then there will also be like a little survey, because I'm going to kind of ask you guys some things. All right. We got one more minute till it officially starts.
I don't know if I'll be able to stay the whole time. I just wanted to see everybody's faces.
That's okay. I know this is the most faces that we've seen so far.
Vanessa, Erica, are you in the Bahamas?
I can't even see her on mine yet.
It's just a picture. Everybody else is muted.
I said I wish.
Vanessa.
Tiny Toons?
All right, we got Victoria on here now, and we have a phone number. I'm not sure, I should know everyone's phone number by heart, but I don't.
Hi, Tracy, Gina.
Let's see if I can find this on my phone.
Brittany, that's Gina. It's me. I'm on my phone and my iPad.
Someone else did that the other day too. Oh, it was Amelia. She was like, just in case something happens. All right, we have Ken, we have Sergio, we have someone else calling in on another phone number, so probably doing the Gina thing. All right, I will warn you guys that you're probably going to hear some stuff in the background. Today is my mom's birthday, and so Sergio's cooking us some lamb, because lamb is like her favorite. Lamb,
No, but I'm cooking.
What are you cooking? Oh no,
You said I'm cooking
not
lamb.
you, Sergio. Wrong, Sergio. You got Sergio to laugh though in this. All right, cool. So there are a couple more people joining in. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get started on this. So what I would like you guys to do, if you guys could all put your computers, your sound on mute as I go through this. And then if you guys have any questions along the way, there is a chat box. And if you guys can put it in there, one, so you don't forget, because I do that all the time. I'll have a question and then not write it down and forget what it was in the first place. So if you guys can do that, that would be really helpful. And then I'll get back to everyone's questions towards the end of this. So, all right. I am no expert Zoomer, so I don't even think that this is how you guys are supposed to see this all, but I like watched a PowerPoint presentation like in a webinar and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it like that. And then it didn't turn out nearly as cool as the one that I watched, but this will work for today. So we are talking all about reopening, and starting Monday is when we will open up for our first group class. So I do want to let you guys know, because I want to be like super open and transparent about this all. We got the okay to open up on Friday. However, what I wanted to do is I wanted to get the coaches to all come in first. And I wanted to go through, run through with the coaches, because I'm sure that they have questions. The layout and the format is a little bit different. There's obviously things that we have to change when it comes to cleaning protocols. And so I wanted to make sure all of this was set up and that we could do this with the coaches group, because there's quite a few of us. And we were really prepared for when you guys came in. So Monday will be our first official day. So that's what you see right here. This is what this whole chat is all about, reopening the gym. So starting June 15th. All right. All right. So the first thing that I want to say is thank you guys. Really, thank you guys so much for being a part of the gym still. Like, I know that wasn't easy on anybody's side. And you guys have been really supportive, and you guys were going with the flow. And I know at first, even to this day, it wasn't easy, you know, going through the flow and doing everything that we were trying to do. But you guys still pushed through the entire thing. And I'm just super thankful to have you guys all a part of Makers. And I can say, like, it feels really good to say, like, hey, we are going to open back up, you know, because you guys have been so supportive throughout this time. So I thank you guys for all of that. So that was the first thing that I need to get through, make sure that no one else is trying to join in on here. All right, so the first thing that we are going to talk about is there are going to be some changes of class times. So we are going to still have the 5:30 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, 4:30, and instead of having 5:45, we're pushing that back to 6 o'clock, because we have to have cleaning protocols after. And we'll talk about those protocols in just a second, but you guys will clean stuff, coaches will clean stuff, and then there needs to be enough time for that to all kind of dry out, because the coaches will be mopping the floors. And what we don't want to happen is that there are still these chemicals on the floor and someone might get burned or something like that in between. So we want to make sure that that is all soaked up and dried off before the next group comes in. That also just takes time, not just letting that dry up, but actually getting all of that done takes time. So that last class is going to be pushed back. Now, next change is Saturday. We are going to have 8:30 to 9:30 like we usually do. Then we'll have a 30-minute cleaning period, and then we'll have a second class at 10 a.m. Okay, so that's the next change, and I'll tell you guys why that's happening later on. The next thing is that we are going to do an open gym, and I will talk about this more in detail. Right now, we are going to open just one open gym time. It's going to be 1:30 to 3:30. And in order to participate in the open gym, you have to be a member, basically. Like, not anyone can just come on in and just do the open gym classes. And I don't know if I told you guys this yet, but it's pretty funny. I have people calling me from San Jose asking me if we're open yet. And people asking, like, is this just like, do you guys have machines? Like, is it a regular gym? And so this won't be open to just anyone. Open gym is for our members, whether that means, you'll see in a second, that you're doing the group classes or you're an online member. Either one of those works. And you will be able to do your workouts during this time. So I'll chat about this more in just a second. Now, that is like the smallest of the changes. Now, the changes that I'm going to present to you in just a second are pretty big. And what I want you guys to know is a couple things. One, that this is all temporary, right? Like this, I foresee us having to do this for the next maybe couple weeks, and then things kind of lifting off a little bit, being that everything goes okay. Most of the other gyms that have been opened up in the California area, the Seattle area, have been able to stay open. They haven't been one of the places where they've opened up and then had to close back down. So hold on, we got one person in. What's up, Greg? If you can do me a quick favor and just mute yourself as we're going through, and then we'll do Q&As at the end, and then we can hear your beautiful voice. Okay, so most gyms haven't had to close back down after opening up, which tells me like people, one, are doing a pretty good job about staying on their protocols and staying clean, and helping the virus not spread more so. But on top of this, it gives me at least a little relief knowing that like I said, in a couple of weeks, I believe that we will be able to open up more than what we're going to start off with. Okay. I am also very open, like this schedule and everything is just a starting point. I want to get your guys' input a little bit more, which I'll do a survey later on to see if there's anything else that fits in. But right now, what I do know is I do know that the times presented work for y'all. Like, this is what we've been doing, so this is what I'm going to offer. And if we want to offer more later on, we totally can. So, but I wanted to make sure that I talk to you guys about that and hear what like our members want before just putting it out there and not asking you guys. All right, so now that I've given you guys that heads up, let's talk about the next piece. All right, how I want to talk about this is we're going to just talk about this like full on class structure from beginning to the end. So first thing first, when you come in, before the gym had kind of been opened like 30 minutes ahead of time usually, and this impacts more of the morning people than the afternoon people. So say like if you were coming to noon class, you know, the noon coach was usually there 30 minutes ahead of time. Well, they might still be there 30 minutes ahead of time prepping things, but in order to make sure that there aren't people just hanging out and around the gym, because that is one of our guidelines, that the gym is a fitness area and not a place for people to hang out, then because of that, I should have said 15 minutes. We will only be allowing people to come in 15 minutes before the class actually starts. Okay, so once you come in, a new thing that will change is we will not have the iPad anymore. We are working to get like a TV set up in there to present the workouts to you guys and have the coaches sign you in. And then also that's where your workout will be. So you might have seen like this whole TV structure in some of the other gyms. So that's what we're trying to do. And it's just one less thing that you guys have to touch. The seats inside the gym, we will be putting those away. So there won't be any seating area to make it so that you guys cannot sit down and hang out, but your guys' bags can still hang out over there. If you guys do come in early, you're gonna see that there are these 10 by 10 like spaces for you guys to set up in, and that is like your space, your area. There's someone out there, I don't know who it is, that has some sort of sound. Maybe it's Greg. There's a couple numbers. Ooh, maybe, I don't know if I can unmute you myself. If you guys can just make sure that your microphones are on mute, just because I'm hearing some stuff in the background here.
You can mute
That would be
everyone.
awesome. How do I unmute everyone? Tell me
You
these.
can mute.
I can see it.
do it.
Oh, I got it. You. Oh, I don't know who that was. Okay, cool. I think everyone's pretty good. Thank you, Vanessa. All right, so here's the big thing. Maybe it's Sergio. Okay. Here's the big thing is once you the big thing is that we have to keep a 6 foot distance between everybody. So this is why we're doing the 10 by 10 spaces. So given the square footage that we have and given the equipment that we have, right now we can only fit about 6 members. We can maybe squeak in 7, but as of right now, I feel absolutely confident with 6 members in a class at a time, okay? So that means, I think I say this later on, but you can have this in your head. That means that right now, for the first week or couple weeks, that we will only be coming in, or a member will only allowed to be come in max 3 times per week. Okay. Now I'll tell you a little bit more later on about that, but you can kind of get that in your head. So once you have your 10, once you come in, you can go ahead and settle yourself in your 10 by 10 space. All the equipment will already be in there for you guys. So you guys do not have to go and grab anything. That is your equipment that you use. So there isn't any cross contamination. We suggest that you wash your hands before class per the CDC. And after class, you will be responsible for wiping down your own equipment. Each station will be given their own spray bottle to spray that all down and a towel to use to wipe it all down. Then once you guys are all done, you can tell the coach, hey, this is what your score is. The coach will input some of your stuff in the computer sugar wad. And then from there, you guys can go ahead, grab your stuff and leave. So that's the basic class structure that you're gonna see. The common things that you'll see at any gym is there's got to be that 6-foot space, at least between people, and not much hanging around going on inside the gym. All right, so the big thing is now you guys are going to have to reserve your spot in a class. And this is to make sure that everybody can get into the gym. And I want you guys to know that you guys will still be, all you guys are in Sugar WOD, I will still be posting out a body weight workout and a dumbbell workout and whatever the class workout is. So if you are not coming into the gym, say you sign up for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can still do the class workouts, just a body weight modified version at home. One thing that I'm gonna ask in the survey later on, now that we have a TV in there that will be hooked up to a monitor and everything, we can potentially Zoom all the classes. Because I know a big thing for people were like, hey, well, part of my routine was doing the class at 5:30 a.m. And I like that routine. When I'm off that routine, my whole day is off. So I believe maybe if we were doing the Zoom classes, you would at least still be able to do it with the group that you're usually used to doing it with and still be able to do it in your routine. And a coach would still be able to see you and be like, hey, give you encouragement, hopefully see some corrections and those sorts of things. And you would be taken through just like you were at a class, but just at home. Okay, so that's one thing that we are going to be looking into. If most people don't want to do it, or like, even if we have like just 5 people want to do it, I would probably still do it. It doesn't take much for us to do that, you know? But if everyone says like, nah, not into it, then obviously we'll keep that out of it. Now I want you guys to know, in order to attend a class, you must have a reservation. So if you come in and you haven't reserved a class, then you won't be able to do the class. If there is a space open, I'm okay with that. But if all 6 spaces are already filled up, then you can't do it. Okay, so make sure that you reserve that. All reservations will be through Zen Planner. So if you don't remember your Zen Planner email address and password, you need to let me know, and I will email you guys, have an email to retrieve your password once again or make up a new one. But that's going to be key. You can reserve your class time or whatever day that you want on the Zen Planner app or online, and you can reserve 7 days in advance. So you can do the entire week. Like if you know what's happening that week, you can reserve that week and then re-reserve them again on Saturday or whatever you want to do. Okay. Now, at this point, this is something really new. I would love to believe, and I'm going to give y'all the benefit of the doubt at first, that you guys are going to be courteous, and if you reserve a class, that you guys will attend that class. There is a 12-hour cancellation kind of thing. So if you need to cancel, you totally can. But if you attend a class, the intention is that you are going to do that class because there's people who I'm sure want to do the class. And if there's no spots left, then they miss out of their chance. So please do not just ditch out and no show as much as possible. All right. Now, here's a couple other things going on. I feel like this is a lot of information. So all this stuff was going on through my head like the past couple weeks. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I make this happen? Okay, so here is a little shift on on-site membership. So if you are going to have an on-site membership, It means you're going to attend 3 classes per week. You'll still be able to access all the programming, body weight, dumbbells, and what we have going on at the gym there at home through Sugar WOD. You'll still have the Facebook page or whatever, and then no open gym. Now, if you want to partake in open gym, which is open 5 days a week, and you guys can still reserve a class for that, same thing. There can only be 6 people every hour, so there's going to be 2 different like time slots in open gym. Then it's $159 a month. Okay, so it will go down because you guys aren't coming in unlimited like you guys were before. But if you do open gym, then it goes back to basically what the prices were before we closed down for a regular membership. Got it? So that's all on site. Now, during this time, we've also had people ask, well, what if I still want to do the online stuff because I'm uncomfortable with coming in the gym? We can totally still do that. So if you want to just get the programming, it's still going to be the $79 that I offered you guys like last week. If you guys wanted to do the customized True Coach, then it would still be with the $140 that was offered last week. If you wanted to do basically all the above, you wanted the open gym, you wanted the customized programming and so on, then it's $170 a month. Okay, so we kind of have a lot of different options here. In the email, I will send this to you guys. Got it? So just let me know kind of what you guys are thinking, and then I can make those adjustments for y'all. Let me see, other notes. If you guys have a cold, a cough, a fever, if you're not feeling well, please don't come in, right? Like, I think you guys all know that one going on. During this time, we are going to encourage you guys to bring your own towels, especially if you're like sweating and stuff like that. Oh, actually, I didn't put this in here, but this brings up a really good point. During this time, we're going to ask that shirts stay on while working out just to soak up any extra sweat and it's not dripping on the ground. And then also, if you haven't returned your equipment yet and you're borrowing equipment, if you guys can please bring that in, because right now we're just about all the way done with setting up equipment, but I'm still missing some assault bikes and such. All right. But with all that being said, I know that this is way different than what we started with before, but I'm excited for this step because this will be getting back to normal for sure. And we are super excited to see you. We just had a meeting with coaches and we're excited to just get back to coaching you guys again. So, all right. I think that is everything that I have. Okay, I'm going to put this back up on a regular screen now because, ooh. Let me see. Now I can't even stop sharing, please. All right. Cool. So I had people earlier, if you were late to the show, if they had any questions, pop it on the chat box. So this one asked, will the reservations be something that you are going to use temporary or long-term? Great question. Right now, my thought is that it would be temporary. However, like I said, I am super open to hearing kind of, this is something that I've never done before. I've never been to a gym where we've had to do reservations. And so it's all very new to me. So I'm willing to kind of like see it out a little bit and see if it works better for us in general. So right now, I'm not going to say whether we are or we aren't, but in order to keep that 6-person limit, then we need to do the, I'm sorry, I just saw another chat and now I got distracted. Then we need to keep it to the reservations at first. So hopefully that answers your question. I'll let you guys know for sure if that does change. And we do, a lot of people that I've heard that from before, I've heard like actually having the reservations, but I don't really know. So, all right. Someone asked, if classes don't fill, can we do more than 3 classes per week? This might be something right now because I don't really know. During this time, our membership did drop a little bit, and I was basing all of this off of what I got back from the survey that I did a while back. So I'm going to say for the first 2 weeks, I'm going to stick by the 3 classes per week. And once again, just talk with you guys and see what happens. Some of these questions I know are going to be like, you guys probably are not going to feel satisfied with them. But I won't be able to answer all of these to the full potential because I have no idea what this looks like. You know, this is so brand new to myself too. So we will see. If it looks like classes aren't being filled up, then yes, I will probably add in there another option to be like 3 days a week or 5 days a week, or, you know, with 5 days a week with open gym, and have a bigger tiered option. So hopefully that kind of answers that. Are we limited 3 in-person? Yes, 3 in-person classes per week. You guys choose what day you guys want to do. Right now there's only 1 open gym hour, and that is 1:30 to 3:30. So it will shut down, and that's basically to kind of give the coaches, the incoming coaches, time to clean everything down, and then once again get ready for that 4:30 class. Do you think we'll have trouble getting 3 workouts a week? I think if you have a flexible schedule that you'll be able to get that in. The most, in the survey that I had before, the most, the class that had the most desire said 12 people for that class, and that was 5:30 a.m. And so I think if those people were able to be flexible and split that in half, that everyone should be able to kind of get in. So that's what I'm hoping. Also, just so you guys know, this is something that I battled with a lot in my head, and this is also something that I brought up earlier, was that I know that the class schedule that we had right now worked for us. And especially that 5:30 a.m. class, I was absolutely torn about that because it had the most votes. However, there was thoughts in my head like, okay, we can add more class times in there. One, I'll be honest, I have to look at this in a business perspective as well, because the more class sizes, the more classes that we offer, yet if we still have a lower membership, then on the business side, I'll be honest, it's going to cost me, and I might not be able to keep up with that. So I have to look at those numbers too. But on top of that, especially for the 5:30 a.m., that is the one time that they can come in. It's like they get done with their 5:30 a.m. workout and they are out the door getting ready for work. So it was like, no matter which way I put it, I couldn't do anything any earlier. I couldn't do anything any later. They would still have trouble with that. So that was one of the things that I really had a hard time with. But with that all being said, something that I'm going to email you guys out in the survey is asking you guys, hey, if there was any other class time that you guys could come into that isn't already offered, what would it be? So then I could see if that is something that we could realistically put into the schedule later on. All right, I feel like that was a lot of chatting. Let's see. We are still going to be using, we are still going to be using SugarWOD for our main app for the gym. Now, if you're getting customized programming from a coach and doing things more remotely, then you will stay on TrueCoach. And we are still planning on doing the videos of the workouts and how they should feel in the demos. And that will now be linked to SugarWOD for people who are doing things from at home but don't have the customized option. Open gym will still have a limit on 6 per hour in there. The main thing is that we're just keeping six distance apart. And I think I mentioned this earlier. To be honest with you, one of the things that's holding us back is not having, especially like rig space in there. So with the rig that we have right now, you guys are going to see this. In order to even get 6 of you guys in there, we have to alternate even as we do a workout. So right now I'm going to say this because I can see Sergio right here. But if Sergio and I are on a bar next to each other, we can't go at the same time because that's not a 6 foot distance. So already in the programming, these are things that I am thinking about. And so if there is a workout where we do have either toes to bar or pull-ups, most likely they're either in an EMOM or they're in a partner workout. So I go, and basically once I get done, I go back to my space, and now Sergio can go to his space, and now he can do his toes to bar or pull-ups, and we're not in that 6 feet space within one another. So these are things that I'm thinking about. But that rig space definitely is one of the things that's limiting us. And there has even been talk about like, okay, if I get more rig space and put it on the other side of the gym, then I could open it up a little bit more. But even with that, we could maybe even only open up 1 or 2 more spots. So it's not like we can go from 6 to 12 people like before. Bathrooms will be open, yes. Yes to opening for open gym. Potentially though, that means within that time, we could probably get 12 people in open gym time. Yes, there will be a spot to RSVP for that. Will you have the classes on Saturday? Right now will be regular classes. So it's not going to be like the 8:30 a.m. will be a regular class, and the 10 a.m. will be a regular class. And there's even a thought in my head, if there is more demand or if we needed to open an open gym too, maybe at that time. So those are all things that are really like all up in the air, and all of it I think is really based upon how these first 2 weeks go. Someone said use Doodle Poll. I don't know what Doodle Poll is. So you can let me know what Doodle Poll is. Will you have a minimum for each class? No, there will not be a minimum for each class. So if there is 1 person in that class, we will still do a workout with you, and you will have a lovely private lesson. Vanessa has had one of those before. So no minimum for us. Obviously, usually the rule of thumb that I tell the coaches is if no one shows up 15 minutes after class, then you can go ahead and start cleaning up and you can call it there, because they're probably not going to show up. Oh my gosh. Will there be a time frame solely for Sue belly rubs? Yes, probably, because her hair gets all over the place. No, she will be there. And you know what, at first I thought she would be pretty excited, but going into the gym, she walked in and went straight to laying down. She didn't even like roam the place like, I miss this place. She was like, nah, I'm just gonna lay down right here. All right, cool. That's all the questions that I have right now. If you have any more questions, you can all stay on here for a little bit longer. But like I said, thank you guys. I know that this all sounds very different and all sounds kind of crazy, but it is temporary for sure. I know that this will lift off, and I'm just excited to like see you guys and work out with you guys. And definitely use this time to, when you are at home, not all the time does everything have to be like high intensity. And I know you guys don't want to hear this because you guys love working out and you guys love pushing hard. But on those days where you aren't in, some of you guys might have not heard this, there might be an option that we Zoom that class. But also, if you're not feeling good, take that time to like stretch, stretch, or do some of the longer stuff that we don't get to do in class. Because I'll be honest with you, a lot of the stuff that we do has always been anywhere between the like 10-minute time domain to the like maybe 27 minutes max. So so if you have that time to take even just a longer 45-minute walk, those 45-minute or like speed walk it, or go on a 45-minute hike, or go on a 45-minute run, which has been programmed in at least on TrueCoach, that's a time domain that we never really work. So if you're really looking to be an overall rounded good athlete, then those are the times that we need to do as well. Someone asked, can coaches no rep athletes? Yes, only in the nicest way possible, though. Oh, yeah. Okay, someone asked to see the first slide. So I'm going to put up the first slide. I'm going to share my screen with you guys again. Share screen. Oh, it was the class times. Amelia, let me know. The first one was just a thank you. This next one is class time. So let me know if that helps you out.
Okay. So, okay. So the same except for
Did you
Saturday.
did you get this?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Okay, it's just basically like a rundown of everything. So that's what I have for you guys. So the things that I will send you an email. There'll be a survey on there, maybe a doodle poll. I'll Google what a doodle poll is because I don't know what that is yet. And then if you guys need to change anything, I'm going to expect, this is what I'm going to think. I'm going to expect that if you have a regular membership that you will be doing the 3 days a week for the 129. So I will make that adjustment on your billing. And then from there, but if you are going to change it, then let me know, and then I can make those adjustments as well. But that's all that I have. So if you don't have any more questions, you can dip out. I'm going to run through this real quickly with Amelia, just so she can hear it out.
I'm good.
Okay, cool. I think that's everything. Sweet. All right, guys. Well, then, if no one else has anything else, then what I will do is, Vanessa,
Yeah.
I can Zoom with you separately.
Okay, cool.
Cool. I'll stay on here for another 5 minutes. So if you want to dip out, then I'll call you after this.
Okay.
Okay. Sweet.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Chris.
Brittany,
Yes.
did you say when you would have the app up for reservations?
I didn't say. I will probably have that up on Saturday. This is something that you might have not heard, but what I want to do is on Friday, all the coaches are coming in and we're going to run through like a class workout basically together. I keep on looking down here. I keep on reading your name. It would be much better if your face is on there, but I'm going to take them through like a class workout basically. Yeah. I'm going to take them through a class workout and we're just going to timeline everything. And the biggest thing that I want to make sure is everything makes sense when it comes to the rig. That's like one of my main, not worries, but kind of. I just want it to make sense and the way that we move and that it all makes sense. So I'm going to run them through a class, run through a clean down to see how long that does actually take and make sure that we have our timeline done and that they don't have any questions because Chris isn't on here anymore. But like the coaches are like not freaking out, but they want to be on top of it. They're like, okay, tell me exactly what I need to do. What is this going to look like? What is that going to look like? And they want to make sure that they have this right as well. So I want to make sure that they're confident with this. But one of the things is I want them to check in and I want to see the computer TV screen up with Zen Planner and everything else, make sure it looks beautiful. But I think Saturday, and I'll let you guys know though, probably once I get this email out to you guys when that does open up. And it's just, there isn't on Zen Planner, I couldn't set it necessarily to a day like every Saturday it opens up. It's just the workouts, your reservations open up 7 days beforehand. So if you were going to sign up for a Tuesday class, right, you do your Monday class and then you wanted to sign up for that Monday class again, basically on Monday that reopens again. It's not like Saturday it reopens.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Anyone else? I don't know who's left on here. Just you guys. All right. Well,
Times one more time.
yes.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
9 noon. Okay, so they're the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Except
they're basically the same. The only thing that changes is the nighttime class.
the 6
And then Saturday, there's 2 options. One for the people who just want to get it done early, and one for the people who like to sleep in some more.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
All right, sweet. Well, with all that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it, you guys. If you guys have any other questions, like through my priority Monday through Sunday right now is making sure that the gym is ready, making sure that we get things as ready as we can on Zen Planner. I should have said this when the whole group was here. To be honest, it's the first time, like I said, doing these reservations or doing any of this. So if you guys can please be patient with me, because I'm going to try my best to not make many mistakes, but there might be mistakes in there as well. So I'm going to try my best to make sure all of that is corrected before it's even a problem. So if anyone wants to chat anymore, like a little bit more one-on-one, just let me know. All right, sweet. Well,
Thank you.
thank you guys. All right, I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.
Bye. See you.